Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys another news daily video. Now, for today's stories, they will be heavily focused on centre backs. You guys, earlier this evening, we officially announced a new young centre back signing. His name goes by Xavier Mbuyamba. I told you guys about the latest news last week surrounding this deal. Today, he officially becomes our player. So here are my thoughts and opinions on that. And for the other stories, I'll be speaking about Tomori, Ben White, and some news surrounding Michy Batshuayi and Atalanta as well. So we have a ton of things to speak about today, you guys. Before I get into anything though, if you like today's video, smash that like button. Help me go over 3,500 likes for today's video. And for the second plug, if you are already planning to make any purchases for any new home season kits, away kits, or any training gear as well, then I'm your guy. If you guys go to the description below, you get to use my affiliate links, and if you use them, you get access to my 10% off discount code NINI10. As I'm saying, you guys, you'll find all the details in the description below. And without wasting no more time, we start with the first story today, and I think it's best that we break down this Xavier Mbuyamba signing. Now, earlier this evening, the club's official website did confirm and announce the signing of Xavier Mbuyamba. Now, to keep things real, he should have signed for us last year. The only reason why that never happened was due to the transfer ban, and today, you guys, it was officially announced that he has signed a contract until 2023. Now, this deal was really a long time coming in that sense, because Xavier has already been at Cobham this past week. He's been here already. It's been a matter of time just waiting for the official announcement, but today, you guys, that finally came. As I told you guys in the previous video I did on him, he will be joining up with the development squad for this season, and to be honest, this is the perfect place to be in right now. This gives Xavier the opportunity to have Lampard follow him, watch his progression, and of course this gives Xavier the opportunity to acclimatise even more at the club with his new teammates, etc, etc. Based on Xavier's agent, we do know that Lampard is a massive fan, and before the transfer ban, Lampard was hoping that he would have signed, stayed at the club, and of course had the opportunity to work under him. Of course, fast forward 1 year, you guys, and Xavier still has the opportunity. To be honest, I feel quite excited by this signing and by this deal. When you look at the player's attributes, I think he's like 6'4", 6'5", aerially powerful, very good on the floor too. He plays those line-breaking passes, those forward vertical balls too. He is a modern-day centre-back, and at this club, we produce football players. We produce centre-backs that know how to move the ball with the left foot and the right foot, who move the ball very quickly as well. And let's not forget that even though Xavier right now is at this club, it doesn't automatically now mean that he is our best defender. We do have some promising talents here, you guys. Chelsea Youth, he was the one to officially break the story first. Chelsea Youth is one of the most prominent Twitter accounts. If you guys are on Twitter, I suggest you follow him to stay up to date with the latest news and stuff happening with the youth scene and behind the scenes at the club as well. In that sense, Xavier does complement working alongside the other young great centre-backs at this club already. Now, if Mbuyamba does impress, he could find some opportunities to get first team minutes in the Carabao Cup, and I'm sure that's something he's aware of and something that he'd be hoping to get for himself as well. So in that sense, you guys, this is a great signing. He has some great potential. I'm excited to see how he develops as well. And now, you guys, we move on to the second story today, and I want to speak about the latest news surrounding Ben White and a potential offer from our club. Now, right now, Ben White is a very popular player in demand, and for very good reason. I have to say, England right now, we are producing exceptional, technically excellent players across all positions. Right now, we have at least 5-6 great options in every single area and position on the field. And when it comes to our international hopes as a country, I do feel like right now we are producing some serious football players, and for me, I think Ben White is another player to look out for. But anyway, before I continue on, let me give you guys the full scoop of the news today. At this point in time, Leeds United are desperate. Leeds United are doing everything they can to sign a player they've had on loan for the entire season. They've recently had a third bid turned down of 25 million, and that's because Brighton, they don't want to play ball. Brighton don't want to sell him, and if they were to sell, you'd imagine it would take an astronomical offer. I'd assume over more than 35 million. Of course, for a team like Leeds who are newly promoted, that's a bit too much money. It does seem like Ben White is more willing to sign for Leeds than stay at Brighton right now. He's rejected new contract demands himself. However, if Leeds can't secure the bag, that could open the path up for a big club like us to look at the player and possibly make a bid to sign him. Right now, Ben does have 2 years left on his current deal with an option to extend by a further year. He has been a player that has been monitored and scouted throughout the season too, and these reports also come from The Guardian, who recently wrote about the player in their latest article today. And, to be honest, I have to admit that Ben White is a great player. His ability to just carry that ball forward, his ability to, play accurate passes from deep. Honestly, his technique, his techers, it really is there. He plays with his head up, he has good pace, his positioning is decent too, and we have to keep things real. He isn't the most finished article right now, but he has those top 4 attributes that you could easily just work upon and improve, and then you have a very serious player on your hands. As we're seeing recently with new reports, it seems like we are looking at players that might cost a bit less compared to other targets we've been looking at, and that could be the reality, as I stated in yesterday's video, because if you want to make big moves for Havertz and Chilwell as well, clubs have a budget that they have to be respectful of and obviously keep towards as well. You can imagine that Ben is going to have a lot of interest in his name. Let's see what happens with those developments, you guys. I think he's a great player, but right now, do we have to make a bid to sign him? I'm not too sure. I think we have to sell players first. That is the main thing we have to do now. Kai and Ben are close to signing very, very soon, and now getting rid of players we don't need should be the #1 priority before going back into the market, you guys. But anyway, we now move on to the third story today, and I want to speak about the latest developments surrounding Tomori and a possible loan move to start Rennes. Now, these reports are still resurfacing from France. Right now, Rennes are in the market to sign a great young defender to boost their team. They've been looking at players from Dijon, they've been looking at players from Paris Saint-Germain and Croatia, and they haven't been able to get the defenders they're looking for. At this point in time, Rennes, before the Ligue 1 season was cancelled, they were 3rd in the table. They do have some great individual players in your Camavingas, your Terriers, and your Rafinhas. So Rennes are a team right now looking to build a young and exciting team. Now, today's reports from France are saying that Marina is looking to create a bidding war when it comes to Tomori. Does this mean that we are looking to entertain bids to possibly sell him? Definitely not, you guys. If anything, this clearly implies that a loan bid and a loan move could be on the cards. And if that did happen, you guys, it would fully depend on the quality of the club looking to loan the player. That's the honest reality. Now, in that sense, if Tomori was to leave us, would he be seen as a failure? Would this be the wrong move? I don't personally think so. I think when we look at Tomori, we have to be honest about his game this season. Now, of course, the positives vastly outweigh the negatives. Let's get that straight immediately. But when you consider the amount of technical excellence, experience, and quality you have to consistently show playing for a big club, at times Tomori does start games kind of slow, and at times he can end games kind of slow as well. Sometimes it comes down to that lack of concentration, sometimes it comes down to the lack of experience, and other times, he can make some technical mistakes in his game, like not being in the right positions, being a bit too far ahead, being a bit too deep, not being the passing option when he has to be that one as well. But of course, it's not like these errors in his game take away from the amazing potential he has and the quality that Tomori clearly possesses. The reality is though, if you want to play consistent first team football, then those types of mistakes can't be a thing anymore. Now, it could be harsh to expect that excellence from such a young defender, so maybe a loan move could be the right thing if it is the right loan move in the first place. For example, if this is a club that's competing in European football, let's say in the UCL or the Europa League, then if they have the right criteria, then maybe it could make sense for Tomori to consider moving on loan for another season, playing consistent football, in which that way he can exercise the mistakes out of his game, and then once the next season ends, he could come back to the club with a lot more optimistic take, knowing the fact that, okay, our defense still needs to be revamped, but right now, I am that guy, I am ready, I can play first team football, I feel a lot more confident, and to be honest, it's not the worst thing to think about, and it's not the worst thing to consider. Of course, it comes down to the quality of the loan club, but let's see what happens, you guys. And now, we end things with the final story today, and I want to speak about the latest news surrounding Michy Batshuayi. Now, this story came from one of my good friends in Carefree Youth, and in it, he explains that right now, Atalanta are showing interest in Michy Batshuayi. Now, Atalanta had a great UCL campaign, and they've had a great season domestically in Serie A. For me, I've always seen Atalanta as like the Dortmund of Serie A. They play exciting, fluid, attacking football. They look to score goals every single time. And in that sense, that team profile does suit the needs of a Michy Batshuayi. When he played for Dortmund, he played in a similar setup. We know that Dortmund are all-out attack, and Michy is a type of striker that gets on the end of moves and finishes moves off. When it comes to the other parts of the game, like hold-up play, linking people in, etc., that might not be his forte. But when it comes to just pure finishing ability, Michy can score with his left foot, his right foot, and with his header as well. You know, we can't forget that goal he scored against Man United in the Carabao Cup earlier last season. He does have some ability, you guys. Michy is a good striker. However, you guys, the reality at Atalanta right now is that many clubs are looking closely at some of their players. So due to this, due to the possibility that some players could be leaving them, Atalanta now are going through the market. They're looking for possible candidates to sign for them as well, and they have turned their attentions to Michy. This doesn't mean that Michy is guaranteed to sign for them. This is just the club monitoring a player. You know, the reality is, and the reason why I thought this move won't happen, we can't forget that racist abuse that Michy suffered from the hands of Atalanta fans. You know, it's not like he's gonna just, forget that and brush over things. And for those reasons, I feel like automatically that would ruin any possible chances Atalanta had to sign Michy. In Michy's case, let's see what happens. I just hope that he gets back to the swing of things, gets his confidence back as well, and finds the right club that suits his needs and gets the very best out of him. But anyway, you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more video.